Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Imaginary Boys. I am one of the two hosts, which is Mr. Habanero, and I have my other wonderful host, who is ya boy, Lettuce.
So, do you actually know what number this is? Which episode number this is?
Number 15, because it says right on the screen in front of my face.
Yeah, no, great. So assuming that this is a weekly podcast, which it is, except for we lost 2 weeks due to various illnesses.
Yeah, it happens. It's all good.
It just occurred to us we've been at this for 4 months.
Yeah, we've been doing it for a bit. You know, it feels like it hasn't even been that long. I feel like we just started it like last week, you know?
No, and this was actually one of the things, like, as I was setting this up, I'm like, episode 15. Wait a second. That means we've been at this for we've been at this for over 4 months because we lost those 2 weeks.
Yeah. This is Lettuce. This is a thing we do.
This is strange. Like, it was.
Go ahead.
No, it was just it was strange because it's like because as you said, it doesn't feel like we've been at this for 4 months.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No, so
it's kind of weird, you know. Like we should do like a special or something when we hit either episode 25 or episode 50 or something like that, you know.
Well, episode at this rate that we're going, episode 22 will be the 6-month mark.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead. Episode 50 will probably mark the year.
You're probably right about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, we've lost 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's all good. It's whatever. It happens. You know, we get sick. We get sick. You guys, we're mortals. We are part of this mortal coil. We have human bodies. We get sick. Things like that.
Speak for yourself.
Shut up, Noir.
So yeah, no. We've been at this for 4 months, and I just wanted to know, like, I was just going to ask you, like, did you realize it? Because it hadn't occurred to me until I had to write down the episode number on the recording software.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh man.
I want to say that I was really thinking about it quite a bit, like last week. I was like, man, like, you know, I think it was last week when I was editing episode 14. And I was like, wow, episode 14, like, this has been a thing we've been doing for quite some time now. Like, it doesn't feel like it's been quite some time, but
it hasn't.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, so I that's probably a good sign that we're like not like, oh man, another one.
Yeah, I look forward to doing these, dude. Like, they're fun. Like,
yeah.
And the thing that's nice is that, like, a part of it too is that keeping the schedule makes it feel better, I guess. Like, you know, I mean, obviously, like, we had our sick days, but, you know, having to keep the regular schedule makes it feel more natural, and it makes it feel like something that's consistent that, you know, we have to keep up with, and in a good way. Like, not like, you know, like you said, but it just...
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
And of the listeners that I talk to on a regular basis, they notice it when we miss.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, actually. Hi, guys.
Love you.
Yeah, sorry we sometimes get sick and have to have our days off, but we're glad that you guys are really into this and enjoy it and get sad. Well, I mean, we're not happy that you get sad, but we're happy that you look so far forward to it that you get a little sad when we can't deliver on it. So
I don't know. I enjoy a good Schadenfreude like the next asshole.
It's like, yes, wallow in your misery, fellow fan base. We feed off your salty, salty tears.
I want you to be sad because I am sad.
On the inside.
No, on the outside too.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm dying inside a little bit every single day. So.
Got him.
Got him. Oh God.
So happy 4-month anniversary, sweet cheeks.
Aw, baby, you remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's definitely been a good time, and I've definitely been really enjoying these. So thank you for being a part of this with me. Seriously. So I mean,
Another question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
We've been at this with this new setup for about a month or so worth of episodes. How are you enjoying the new setup?
It's easier to edit, which makes me happy. Like that's legitimately like what I love about it. Like I don't know, huh?
Anything I can do to make your life easier?
No, everything's been fine so far. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, editing has been a breeze. Like, I mean, what's really nice is that when we're recording these through the new program that we've been using for about a month, we get 2 separate pieces of audio, which is really fantastic. It literally makes it so that I can cut out any awkward pauses, any like, I mean, sometimes I'll keep in an awkward pause simply for effect, based on whatever we're talking about. So, but I can easily clip anything out or insert something, or if you happen to go into one of your coughing fits, which does happen. I'm pretty sure the viewers, or listeners, I should say, don't really notice it, but if it happens, which it does happen, and that's okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's so easy to edit it out. It's so nice. Like I actually definitely prefer this over using Discord. And it's just like, also like the whole thing of not having to worry about your internet dropping has been really nice as well.
Oh, it's not been my internet. It's
Discord specifically. Yeah.
It's Discord servers are just way too flooded at this point.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I definitely prefer this.
And haven't heard any complaints about the lack of me going into robot mode.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess
Disco Robot.
So I guess the audience appreciates it too.
Yeah, man. I think this is a good setup. I think you did good. I think you did good.
Yay, I'm useful.
Yeah, man, totally. So I mean, I know that I already asked this while we were off audio, because me and Lettuce, we like to kind of like get our thoughts together right before we start these episodes. But I mentioned this, and he responded lightly about it and didn't go into further detail. But I kind of wanted to hear more detail, which is, did you get that thing I sent you?
I got it.
Yeah.
After about 2 or 3 weeks of begging for it.
I gotta make you like really want it. If I'm gonna
like, no, as I told you yesterday before you sent it, I moved on.
Well, you
should have. The good thing is you wrote it up, so you can just email it to Des now,
which is what I did.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Well, that's yeah. So like once I had multiple people asking me for it, I was like, okay, well now I have to do it. I have to I'll be honest, it took me it took me like 2.5 hours to write that list.
No, I believe you. I opened the list, I looked at it. I even okay, so I did poke into a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Like to just kind of research like maybe if I'm going to trim it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I might get into Skyrim, it's probably been put on the back burner because Kingdom Hearts got a recent patch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna start trying to get back into doing Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer again.
But like, why would you play Kingdom Hearts when you can put Kingdom Hearts in Skyrim? You can there's mods for that, man. Or what if you want to play Dark Souls? You can put Dark Souls in there too. Like, just make Skyrim Dark Souls, or make it Kingdom Hearts, or turn it into I think
Okay, did you give me a mod? Did you show me a Kingdom Hearts 2 mod for Skyrim?
No, because I don't play Kingdom Hearts. You gotta come on, man. You gotta put in the work for yourself if you really want.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If there's a Kingdom Hearts mod
There
for
is.
Skyrim, for Skyrim in the Nexus, I will download it and I'll run it.
I could probably run Nexus right now and type in the word Keyblade, and there will probably be like 6 mods that insert like Keyblade weapons
Oh,
into.
if that's it, then no,
No,
thank you.
that can't be it. That can't be it. There's probably a mod for like adding in like heartless monsters, and like I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of thing that turns dragons into gummy ships or something that you can ride. Like there's probably like, listen, okay.
If they turn dragons into like Donald and Goofy and just let me beat the out of them, then yeah, I'm back.
Dude, like freaking Skyrim is like the iPhone of like the gaming world. Like there's a mod for that. Like, you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
So yeah,
put a booby mod on the dragons as Goofy, so it's Goofy with titties.
I know that there's a mod for dragon boobies. You know, like there's no way that there isn't a mod for booby dragons. You know that's a thing.
Oh no, I know that's a thing. I'm pretty sure I've seen jiggle physics on a dragon.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, oh my god, while I was playing my character, my jiggle physics went out of whack. It was wild, but boobies were flying everywhere in that game. It was nuts. And then they went back to normal again, like later after I rebooted the game.
Well, that's when you open up your console and you type in "calm your tits."
Chill your nips, bruh.
Calm your tits, madam. It will be okay.
Is it weird that I think that Skyrim is the greatest game of all time, but not because of the game developers, it's because of the people that modify the game?
Well, I mean, that's true for like any Bethesda game. I mean, I do not believe people liked Fallout 3 as much as they liked mods for Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody liked Oblivion. Like everybody hates like vanilla Oblivion.
I like vanilla Oblivion.
You're crazy.
But probably just as much as I like vanilla Skyrim. So I will say that, you know.
Yeah, like so people, but you give modded Oblivion, and then everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. I have never played Oblivion with mods before. I have no idea what that's like.
Well, welcome to the PC Master Race.
Oh man. Well, anyways, I do hope that eventually you'll get into it at some point. That'd be really cool. And no worries if you're into other games right now. I'm just pulling your leg. But if Desolator happens to be listening to this, I hope you get into it. It was really funny because he's like, "Yeah, I played my Skyrim with like 6 mods," and I'm like, 6 mods? Listen to this asshole.
6. I don't even get full lighting effects without 10 mods.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here I am passing on a list with like 140 modifications for the goddamn game.
He says unironically because literally the lighting set, you know, the standard lighting set.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the special edition kind of rolled those all in together. So
No,
I don't know if
didn't.
they still it.
No, okay. They didn't.
So your standard lighting set is at least 12 mods in and of itself.
It's true. And then like, don't even get me started on like meshes. Like I have to have like 5 mods all dedicated to like body meshes. And like, then there, like you said, like there's like 12 lighting mods. And then you have to have like your 4 water, like clear water mods. And then you have to have like, you know, your high definition, like trees and rock mods. Like, and I like my game to be pretty. So like in all seriousness, if you go through my mods list, I'm pretty sure the majority of them
are texture mods.
Yeah, they are. So my game's got to be pretty, man. I got to be immersed. But anyways, yeah. We've talked about Skyrim for like 2 episodes, so I gotta get out of this Skyrim talk. So, but you did mention to me that you're absorbed in Kingdom Hearts. So have you been like really getting back into that? Is that like your main shtick right now?
No. No, because so the rando community has been scrambling to rework their stuff after the latest patch that supposedly fixed a lot of the bugs that a lot of the players was like, I mean, PC rando would be nice and everything if it wasn't, so bloody unstable.
Right, right.
So now that we've fixed some of the stability things, I figured maybe I'd give it another go.
Okay. Which one are you playing?
Oh, 2.
Okay. Nice. That's like that is like I don't know. I feel like that one's like the staple. Like, it's kind of like Kingdom Hearts 1 was like brought everybody in. Kingdom Hearts 2 made everybody stay. And then like Kingdom Hearts 3 I feel like didn't make as big of an impact. Like I feel like I don't really hear people talk about KH3 that much.
Oh, I mean, I could talk about KH3. It wasn't a bad game.
Yeah, but you're like the hardcore fanboy. Like,
I guess you could call me a hardcore fanboy. I could look at like other people and be like, look at these jerk offs.
Well, because like KH2 is like the normie casual like Kingdom Hearts game, right?
No, there's no such thing as the normie casual Kingdom Hearts game.
Okay. Well, because I was a normie casual Kingdom Hearts game player.
Okay, there used to be, and then like a decade happened where there was like, well, everybody was waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 and kind of got off the train, except for the like really hardcore in-depth people. Yeah,
I hopped off the train like 2 or 3 years after Kingdom Hearts 2. Like that's what happened to me.
Yeah, like after waiting 5 years, a lot of people just gave up.
Yeah.
So there's like if there's a casual game, a lot of the Kingdom Hearts community will tell you it's 3.
Okay, I could see
3.
That.
3 has become the casual game. That or Melody of Memory.
Melody of Memory? Because
yeah.
Okay, because I think of Chain of Memories.
Okay,
but...
Chain of Memories was the card battle game on the Game Boy Advance many moons ago.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that, like little bit.
Last holiday season, they released Melody of Memory.
Oh, I didn't even know
which was are you familiar with the Final Fantasy Theatrhythm games?
No.
Okay, well, it's basically a rhythm game set with Kingdom Hearts music. Which, music, the game music is one of the things that Kingdom Hearts, still to this day, people are like, man, this game had some, slapping music, and it does.
You know what I just thought of? Is this like game kind of like what they did with Final Fantasy X-2?
No.
like did Goofy and Donald and Sora create a sexy boy band where they wear like where like I'm imagining like Sora and Donald and Goofy wearing like clothes like the all white getup like the Backstreet Boys during the millennium. Do you remember?
No. Do you remember that? No, this isn't a dating sim dress 'em up game. With the Final Fantasy with the Final Fantasy sticker on it.
Nick Carter.
I mean, Riku in that game is still underage.
She was designed to be underage, and she will be forever underage. Okay, like she's just. I like to think that she's like a character that's trapped in a time bubble or something. Like she's not with this mortal coil.
Well, I mean, they're not. They didn't release like an X. They didn't release like a 10.3.
Well, I did 10.2 actually. Like, was that game a flop? That game must have been a flop. Like, I feel like maybe it sold really well because everybody was still running off the hype of 10, right? But then like people got their hands on it and played it, and they're just like, "What the hell is this shit?" Like,
I'm not really aware.
Okay. I just remember like all three of the ladies becoming pop stars, and I think that
was the premise of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you defeat Sin.
Mm-hmm.
So Luna, Riku, and not Lulu.
I thought Lulu was Lulu not the third girl in that?
No, they gave us another brooding dark girl.
Why?
Because
Lulu was the best character. Why would they do that? She was best girl.
Yeah, I mean, she was. I can't argue with you on that one, but she had to stay at home with Waka because she and Waka was going to make babies and raise them.
Oh, that's right. They had a thing. Who would fall in love with Waka? Come on, man.
Lulu.
Come on, Lulu. What are you doing? You're better than that. You don't need.
Oh, come on.
You don't need no Waka. What are you
come on.
doing?
It's always the brooding like dark emo chick
who gets with the creepy wacko.
That gets creepy. That goes with the date rapey dude bro. Show me your stuff.
Dude, I was like drinking coffee when you said that. It almost came out my nose.
You're welcome. You want to hear another really bad joke?
Yeah, sure, whatever, man. Bring it.
What's the best part of killing the hooker?
Oh, I thought we were sticking to Final Fantasy X, man. Like, what is this?
Lulu's the hooker.
Is she?
She would totally be the low key call girl.
She's the one who always wears the big like floofy get up dress. Like she's the most dress out of. Like, come on. Have you seen Yuna? Have you seen like she has like part of her outfit is half like a dress and half of like the shortest mini skirt you've ever seen.
Yuna's like the preacher's daughter though. She's too repressed to be the hooker. She just gives that up for free.
You know what the thing is about the preacher's daughter, right? Because she like when you're the preacher's daughter,
the preacher as I said,
she's the most wild one.
As I said, she's so repressed, she's giving it up for free. She can't be the hooker. Because she's too busy giving it up for free. But anyway, you know what's the best part of killing the hooker?
What?
You get your money back in the second hours for free.
That's terrible. Well, now that we've brought the mood into a dour,
a dark place.
Yeah, now that it's dour in here, and I'm feeling really uncomfortable, and I might.
Oh, come on! like you've never played Grand Theft Auto and done that before.
Listen, man, I went through high school. I've had my fair share of dead baby jokes. Okay, like I'm done with that. I'm over it.
I mean, that's not a dead baby joke. It's a dead hooker joke. Hey, we're going for that We're going for the Ben Affleck crowd. Is what we're doing.
All right, guys. Thank you for being here. We've been the Imaginary Boys. Outie. Oh God.
I'm trying to expand our audience to Ben Affleck.
Who cares about the rest of our fans? As long as we can get Ben Affleck on our side, everything should be fine.
Oh no, the rest of our fans are going to be okay with it. Come on. You know who's listening to our stuff?
Apparently, Ben Affleck.
No, not yet. I'm trying to get him in. The best way to get him in is dead hooker jokes.
Oh my God. I'm like dying over here, dude. I'm like crying. What the hell were we talking about?
Happy 4 months. We were talking about Lulu and how she's not like the third girl, even though she very obviously should have been.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I did kind of catch your off comment there, which is, yeah, this does feel like a 4-month anniversary episode for sure.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, happy anniversary, sweetheart.
Yeah, thank you. Aw, sweetie, you shouldn't have. Dead hooker jokes for me? You shouldn't have.
For you and our little family.
Oh man. All right. Well, here's to hopes. Here we should all petition Squaresoft or Square Enix or whatever the hell we're calling them. We should petition them for a 10-3. We need a 10-3 in our lives.
No, we don't. We don't need 10. We don't need the After Years Lulu.
Listen here, dude. If we had 10-2 with the hot little, skimpy pop star ladies, where's my boys Titus and Waka and what was the ninja guy's name? I want to see them in Backstreet Boy all white Millennium clothing, okay?
No,
That's what I want.
Because they're going to do the after years angle. So you're going to have dead Titus and dead Oren.
Oh, Oren, that was his name. That's him.
Yeah, that was the
the ghost of his father, the ghost of Titus's father.
Yeah, eject.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then you have like Grandma Lulu.
That sounds really hot. I'd be down for a gilfy Lulu.
No. No, I mean, look at the technology that they had to deal with in Besaid. Even if society progressed, like tried to catch back up, like there's not a lot of medical advances there. She's not gonna have rejuvenation, technology.
Listen, dude, if they're all playing like underwater soccer in a giant floating orb of like water that they all apparently can breathe in, I think they might have the ability to tap into some kind of immortal medicine, okay? You're not giving them enough credit here, okay?
So you're saying that they're gonna inject her with whatever they're gonna inject her with whatever the Blitzball sphere was made of to keep the pendulous from hitting her hardcore.
Yeah, dude, they call it super Botox.
See, the thing is like I don't think Squaresoft is intelligent enough to handle that.
I don't think you give them enough credit, man.
No, I've had to live with Nomura's writing and directorial shit. Like I don't trust Nomura to handle that gracefully.
I mean, like I would totally, like, if they told me that that they had invented super Botox in the Final Fantasy X world, I'd be like, yeah, man, I like lore. Lore, man, lore. Come on, it makes perfect sense.
And then instantly I'd be like, did you just take the whatever the spheres were made of in Blitzball and just inject it into an implant?
Yeah, dude, why do you think her boobies are so bouncy? It's because it's made out of like gravitational free Blitzball water.
I mean, it would have to be, right?
Yeah, like, what? You think that normal gravity applies to those humongous bazongas? Like, come on, dude. Like, there's a reason why Lulu is our favorite, okay? It's because she has amazing floating tits, okay? Like, let's all be frank here, okay?
Well, no. Like, in 10 and 10-2, that was very obviously a corset dress. Like, that dress she's wearing, very obviously she was wearing a corset.
Yeah.
That's why they were able to stay up there and out there. Because
I don't know, man. Blitzball water. We need to tap into that technology and start injecting it into ourselves. What? Now you go quiet? Like, are you disagreeing with me? Like,
is it really the water or is it the rings around the water?
I thought it was just...
No, because if you look at the Blitzball Stadium,
yeah,
there's these rings that look like the Halo rings that are kind of spinning around the stadium, and when they're filling up the stadium, the water draws from underneath it into it.
Maybe it's gravity magic, because they have gravity magic in that game, right?
I mean, obviously they do, but but it's the rings that are doing the gravity magic, and it's just normal water.
Got it. Okay.
So she's casting zero Gravija on her chest.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if that, I would 100% applaud Nomura if he had like a character in Final Fantasy 16 who was kind of old but kind of hitting the pendulous, and she just starts like jazz handing over boobs and just goes zero Gravija, and then they just go
it's like they're like the magic is so intense that they're like flying into her face.
No. She creates the when you cast zero gravitia, you're creating the limit. And she's, a powerful enough mage to know, like, zero gravitia. Then all of a sudden they just float up like 2 or 3 inches.
Yeah. If you think about it, like, listen, it actually makes... Okay, so when you play Final Fantasy X, now, if I remember correctly, now it's been a long time, it's literally been more than a decade since I played this game, but if I remember correctly, Riku and Yuna cannot use gravity magic, right? But Lulu can. So if you think it makes perfect sense.
Well, Riku couldn't use magic at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Lulu is a white mage summoner, and Riku is the black mage, and Lulu is the black mage.
Yeah, Yuna was the white mage summoner, right?
Yeah, Yuna was the white mage summoner.
Yeah.
Lulu used black magic.
Uh-huh. So the other two can't use gravity magic. So it makes perfect sense that Lulu has amazing flying tits everywhere. It makes perfect sense. See, we solved the deep lore of Final Fantasy X after, what has it been, like 2 or 3 decades? Probably 2 decades, right?
Was gravity actually a spell in Final Fantasy X?
Oh, come on, it had to be. I feel like it had to be.
Oh, now you're actually making me get up and Google gravity.
We're diving into the deep lore of Final Fantasy X here, boys and girls. We need to know. This is the greatest mystery that has plagued our brains for 2 decades now. We need an answer. We need to know. Were Lulu's tits affected by gravity magic? This is
in the game, no. In the game, no. They didn't do it.
Oh, come on. I mean, obviously, the game mechanics, like, the power of the PlayStation 2 and the game mechanics. I'm talking about lore here, man. I'm talking about lore. We're not talking about the power of the PlayStation 2. Who gives a shit about the PlayStation 2 anymore? I'm talking about the deep lore.
Okay, so deep lore.
Okay.
Lulu in Final Fantasy X was 22. She was 24 in Final Fantasy X-2. The spell
so she was in X-2.
Yeah, no, she wasn't. Yeah, she was in X-2. She was married to Waka, and they were going to make babies and shit.
That's so weird. It's so weird. Like, come on, Lulu. Waka?
Well, I mean, she originally was dating Waka's brother, Chapu.
Really?
Yeah, that was...
Wait a minute, Waka had a brother? Wait a minute. Wait, what?
Waka had a brother. Waka's brother's Chapu died in like a sin attack, and one of Titus's first swords that he gets is the Brotherhood sword, which was Chapu's sword.
Was that the water thing? The water sword?
The water sword. Yeah,
That blade was pretty cool looking. It wasn't a very good weapon, but it was. Well, I mean, it was cool looking.
It was your first weapon. So.
Yeah,
but no. So the spell is called Demi.
Yeah, Demi. Okay, so I remember. So she was casting Demi on her tits. I get it.
She's 24.
All the more reason to do so. If you're gonna rock it, you gotta, Okay. If you're gonna rock it, you gotta cast some Demi, girl.
No, have you not seen like a 24-year-old with like double E? Because
I'm not saying that she doesn't look good. I'm saying that she knows that she has the ability to look even better.
Like, the thing is, it's not going to make her look any better. I mean,
it's gonna make her tits fly everywhere. What are you talking about?
They were already flying everywhere because of the corset dress she's wearing. They're already as high and out as they needed to be.
But, like, why would that stop you from, like, wanting to do it more?
Because it would hurt. Because at that point, you're stretching your tits too far. You're pulling your tits too far up. How would you like it if somebody just grabbed you by your boobs and just pulled up as hard as they could?
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't have boobs, Lettuce, okay? I'm sad that I have to admit this, and it's something that I've had to cope with my whole life, but I don't have boobs. Now,
Okay.
thank you for rubbing it in. Okay, thank you for reminding me that I am a man that isn't allowed to have his own boobs. So thank you so much for making me feel bad. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Okay. But so if we're talking about Lulu, she's 22. There's no way a 22-year-old girl, especially, you know, one where they actually do have underwear, because they have underwear in Besaid. You could actually see, like,
is that implying that Yuna runs around like butt naked underneath that short little skirt?
No, they have underwear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you can actually
like, wait, do I need to go back and like replay this game? Like,
you actually see like Lulu's underwear in a lot of the screenshots.
Why do I not remember? I need to replay this game. I need to go and replay this game.
Like, Nomura was pretty good about Tetsuya Nomura was pretty good. Is pretty good at costume design.
Yeah, he took a lot of. It seems like he took a lot of like he learned a lot from anime. It feels like.
I mean, he loves him some belts.
That's right. Everybody who had straps everywhere. That's right.
He loves him some belts.
Mm-hmm.
But he's pretty solid when it comes to the costume design. And Lulu's costume did have so they had, you know, form-fitting and form-lifting underwears in Besaid.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think a 22-year-old is, you know, considering she's having to demi her own boobs to keep them from swinging around her knees.
Well, now the implication is that her boobs are sagging, which is not something that I ever said. I'm just saying, like, you know, like, I mean, I guess maybe this is the proper way to handle this. Ladies.
No. What we were getting at was, if they do Final Fantasy X3, we're looking at the later years. So that's 20, 30 years in the future.
Right.
So Lulu at that point is in her mid-50s, at which point, yeah, she might consider demiing up them boobs.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I guess the point stands with that particular situation. Yeah.
But in X2, but in X and X2, she's in her early 20s.
Right.
And there is
with Waka, like, apparently, which I still don't understand.
I mean, like, he's got his charms.
That's a way to describe it.
And when those fail, Rohypnol.
Okay.
Show me your stuff. See, that's my memory of Waka. It isn't the Blitzball thing in Final Fantasy X. It's the intro part of Kingdom Hearts 1 where they're kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I forgot that they're in that game at the very beginning.
And he's asking you to show him your stuff.
Yeah, I will. Listen.
Show me your stuff. I'm like, you're just a child.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with that kind of with the kind of person that Waka is, and like the kind of things that he does and says, I always kind of definitely had that feeling that maybe Waka is kind of swinging for both teams. If you catch.
Maybe, like,
he's throwing the ball on both sides. He's not particularly picky about who's on his team. Which is chill. I mean, you know, Waka, you do you. It's fine. And I mean, obviously, based on what you just said and reminded me of, apparently he's been feeling that way since he was a very small boy. He's been all about that kind of business. Not implying anything weird or creepy, but you know, the words that he says, the words that come out of his mouth, well, they literally speak for themselves. Oh my goodness. Wasn't there like a girl from like another Final Fantasy game in the very beginning of Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
She had like short, like brown hair or red hair or something like that.
Yeah, Selfie.
Yeah, what game is she
Or
from?
8.
That's right. Okay. There are a bunch of characters. Like there were like didn't they have like the main character from 8 in that game too
Yeah,
with the gunblade or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah.
Cloud's in the game. Leon's in the game.
Oh my
Yuffie's
god.
in the game. Aerith is in the game. And this is Kingdom Hearts 1. Uh,
Yeah. Lots of fan service in that game. They really
Titus.
wanted to sell it, didn't they?
Well, yeah.
Man.
Titus, Waka, and Selphie
Yeah. Yeah.
were the Destiny Island trio, and then the uh Trevor's Town group was Final Fantasy VII Sid, Cloud. Well, Cloud wasn't in there. I mean, he was in the game, but he was actually just in Olympus Coliseum. But the Travis Town trio was Leon, Aerith, and Yuffie.
Was Mr. Broody Murder Boy in the first game? Sephiroth?
Yeah, he was the special super hard you're never going to beat this boss in 1.
Okay.
And he got toned down. And he was another special secret boss fight in 2 as well.
Well, isn't that when you're like traveling through a gorge or something?
Yeah,
right?
He's at the gorge.
It's like Mulan or something, isn't it?
No, it's in Hollow Bastion, Radiant Garden.
Oh, God, I swear I remember that.
You go back to the gorge where you do the 1,000 Heartless fight. Right.
I remember that.
And then after you go past the 1,000 Heartless fight, you go into this cavern where you meet Sephiroth, and you do a Sephiroth battle.
Yep. And they play like the epic like Sephiroth battle music. I remember that so clearly.
Yeah, they play the one-winged angel music. Well, they played it in Kingdom Hearts 1. That was the music that was in Kingdom Hearts 1 as well.
Yeah. I definitely got to say Kingdom Hearts 1, I remember that game being so difficult, especially because I was a small child when I played that. That game was so hard. And then I remember playing through Kingdom Hearts 2, and that game did not feel as hard.
So the not Lulu's name was Pain.
Her name was Pain?
Paine. She joined the Gull Wings.
They really wanted to make a second Lulu, but they just wanted like they're like, we need an epic, like edgy girl like Lulu. But like it can't be Lulu. What are we gonna call her? Let's call her Pain.
Yeah. Well, what would Lulu be if she didn't, become domesticated by Waka?
That's so weird. Did Pain at least use Grevaja on her tits?
I mean, she never needed to.
Did she have tits?
I mean, she did, but
they existed, yeah.
They existed, but they weren't like they were comparable to Yuna and Riku.
So they didn't have like a Lulu style like.
No, they didn't have a giant tit monster in the party.
You're making me really glad that I didn't actually play 10-2. Oh man, I knew that. Like, I remember being like a teenager when 10-2, like a young teenager when 10-2 came out, and I was like, "This game's gonna be terrible." I didn't buy it and I didn't play it. Oh man. And that was like back in the days where like you just assumed that like a sequel to your favorite game was going to be good. Like you didn't have the ability to really know until you actually played it. So like all my friends were playing 10-2 while I skipped it. And they're like, dude, I got my hands on 10-2. It's going to be amazing. And I'm like, nah, dude, I don't think that game's going to be good. And then they're all playing it. And they're like, what the hell am I playing?
You're playing fan service the game with dress 'em up dolls.
Oh man. And they're cute little costumes, and they go out and they're little pop stars, and they sing and dance, and
they solve mysteries.
Oh, they did? Were they like the Scooby Gang in that game?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. They clearly had no idea what like audience they were. I mean, but then again, maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe the game was really successful in Japan, you know? Maybe it's like a
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it actually was kind of a hit in Japan.
yeah, cuz that seems like something that would be really successful in Japan, but like when it comes over to America, people are like, "What the hell is this?" All right. Well, my body is ready for 10-3 and Lulu's Gravaja boobs. So Square Enix, get on it, guys. Come on, chop chop. What are
It
you
would
doing?
be zero. It'd be zero Gravija now.
Is
Yeah,
that what they actually call the full spell? Zero
well,
Gravija?
well, no, but the last known instance of an anti-gravity spell,
Yeah.
because what Demi does is pulls you down.
Yeah, that's
What
right.
gravity does is like sucks you in or pulls you down.
Okay. Well, because my
Well,
experience with the gravity spells in Final Fantasy games is that there's like
it crushes you.
yeah, well, like because it's like the lowest one is 25% of your health, right? And
Yeah.
then there's 50%. And then there was like one that does like 80%, I think, or something like that. And then the last one is like actual base damage. Like it doesn't have a percentage. It's like an actual base damage thing that does a ton of damage.
So in Final Fantasy games, gravity always worked to pull down.
Right.
Almost exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
In Kingdom, and if you're going to call Kingdom Hearts a Final Fantasy game,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean because a lot of the same people work on it. There was definitely that's what the crossover is known for.
Right.
The gravity in Kingdom Hearts 1 was definitely a pull down.
Mm-hmm.
Gravity in Kingdom Hearts 2 was a black hole we suck you into.
That's hot. That's hot.
Which I guess could be lifting if you put the black holes above. But in Birth by Sleep, was it Dream Drop? No, it was Birth by Sleep. In Birth by Sleep, they introduced gravity and zero gravity. Gravity slammed you down. Zero gravity sucked you up.
Okay.
So they would do zero gravija, which is the upgraded part of that spell. Because, I mean, if you're Lulu, do you honestly think zero gravity is going to actually affect your massive melons?
I'm telling you, that girl was rocking some gravity magic constantly. She had to have been.
No, I mean, she's 22. That could be like Lulu could have been achieved by a corset or a very good push-up bra.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I'm enjoying my fantasy here, man. Like I like this. I like the idea that she is using magic to make herself extra voluptuous.
It wouldn't make her the extra voluptuous though. What it would end up doing is giving her a black eye. Just like oh.
Her tits flying into her face and just beating the crap out of her.
Because they were already there at chin like if you look at her, they're already up there at chin level.
I actually don't have a picture of her in front of me, but now I have to look her up because I need to know.
I mean, they're up there at chin level already.
Oh man, I'm excited to see this.
I think Lulu is probably better off with actual, natural gravity, doing natural gravity things.
What do you mean chin level?
Okay, so that was a bit of an exaggeration.
Okay, yeah, well,
Look,
that's not what I wanted.
They do come out though. If you're looking at it, it does come out like.
Oh God, why does it keep doing this?
Like almost like there's not a gentle slope from collarbone out. Like it's like you get collarbone and you're like, okay, we're just gonna start protruding. There's not like a slope or a natural slope or anything like that. So
oh my God, her whole dress is made of belts.
Yeah, as I said, Tetsuya Nomura loves him some fucking straps.
I mean, it looks awesome? Question mark?
I mean, look at Cloud's outfit. That's one of the first one. That's one of the first character
Oh,
designs he did.
dude,
Cloud is,
okay. I
and
gotta say, the costume design for Lulu is genius. It's all belts for her dress, but then when you get to the top, there's a little bit of like sexy thigh peeking out. Like just enough, just to make you just thirsty, just to make you just thirsty enough. Oh, I love it.
No, Tetsuya Nomura knows what he's doing.
Wow. She looks great. She looks great. I need to see like more cosplay of Lulu.
Yeah, and Lulu is achievable in real Earth physics without the use of magic spells.
And here's the thing, like, I mean, I know that she is she's got those wonderful ginormous bazongas, but you gotta admit the top part, the fur that she's wearing, it's a little difficult to pay attention to the fact that she's rocking those amazing sweater puppies.
You mean it's difficult to not see that she has amazing mommy milkers? Which, well,
so one of the best things that I've noticed,
sense of irony, but because she's got her own baby.
Yeah. So one of the things that's really interesting is you'll notice that a lot of her best poses are her like leaning over. Have you seen those?
Yeah. No,
they're everywhere.
I mean, I've played I've actually played Final Fantasy X recently.
It's a good game. Like, in all seriousness, ignoring the amazing Lulu appearance, it's a great game. Final Fantasy X. It's a classic. Oh my god! I found a cosplayer that looks amazing. It actually looks like Peach Milky almost. If you guys know who that is. No, that's not Peach Milky. This is somebody else. Oh my! Oh my! I'm about to send you a photo, buddy. I'm about to send you a photo. Oh my! I'm about to send you a photo, man. Oh boy! I'm sweating over this one. Wow. All right, hold on a second. I'm about to DM you a photo.
Oh noes.
Okay, like there's no nudity, but man, if it like it's good. It's good. There you go. I sent it to you.
Yeah, see? People could do Lulu in real life.
Yeah, and it
without casting, black magic on their chesticles. So no, I don't think 22 or 24-year-old Lulu is resorting to that, especially after childbirth.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. I just like the idea. Idea.
But 45, 55-year-old Lulu, I'm pretty sure she is. So if there was ever a 10-3, like the later years 10-3, I'm pretty sure like Lulu was like, geography. Oh, okay, now I'm ready.
We're good to go. All right, I got one more photo. I gotta
just gotta get these off the floor.
I got one more. Because this one's great. Oh, come on, give me the freaking image. Stop sending me to your page. I don't want to see your page. All right, hold on a second. This one's great. Yeah, this one's great.
So we've been talking about Lulu's tits for almost an hour now.
Is it really almost been an hour?
Check it.
Oh my god, hold on. I have one more photo and then I can check the time. There you go. All right. I'm good.
Yeah, no. I mean, as I said, I've played Final Fantasy X HD Remix pretty recently.
Oh wow, it has almost been an hour. Wow, we have been on and on about Lulu's boobies.
Yeah,
they're worth talking about. Like
a throwaway discussion about about setting up Kingdom Hearts 2 Rando because I was thinking about getting back into it. Turned into a discussion about whether or not Final Fantasy X2 Lulu has ever resorted to using black magic to make herself more voluptuous. And I'm like, she's 24. My argument is 24. There's no need for it.
Happy 4-month anniversary, baby.
Yeah. Happy 4-month anniversary, fam. You get dead hooker jokes and video game boobs.
Well, I mean, if we weren't delivering on that, what kind of podcast could we even call ourselves? You know, like, come on, man.
I don't.
Oh God, this has been a good one. I'm
Why
really proud. I'm proud of ourselves. We've come a long way, Lettuce. We've come a long way, buddy.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna use one of these amazing Lulu photos as like the thumbnail. I think that's what's gonna have to happen at this point.
I mean, I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
I might use the second one that I sent you. I might use the second photo because that one's great.
I endorse it.
Yeah. It's the face. It's the face that really gets you going, makes you really realize that all there is to see.
Really, because I think we should just use the gif. Like, if you can find a gif of that Titus laugh, because that's where the image is. It's the meme laugh.
Yeah, I'll find that. I'm sure that's an easy picture to find.
Yeah, the easy gif is the Titus meme laugh. Yeah.
And then Yuna does it and it's just as terrible.
Yeah. Oh, gotta love that gotta love that early 2000s voice acting. So yeah, because we didn't actually intend on getting roped in on an hour-long argument about whether or not Lulu would
gravity magic on her boobies.
Yeah, whether or not Lulu resorts to the dark arts for extra seduction, also because she doesn't have to.
She's a temptress, man. She's a temptress.
I mean, sure, but MP is kind of a scarce resource. You don't want to waste MP. Just keeping your thingies afloat when there's sin spawn you have to beat.
Did Final Fantasy X follow the narrative of Final Fantasy VI? Which is, the narrative in Final Fantasy VI is that magic is like non-existent. Like, it's...
Oh no, magic was everywhere.
Well, no, in Final Fantasy VI, magic was like this like rare reresource that nobody could like utilize. And so like only certain people were able to use it.
No, but I mean, your MP is still a finite resource, and to keep a spell like, to keep gravity up for any amount of time on such a concentrated part of your body without causing injury to yourself, probably costs a lot of MP.
You know what would be really cool is if in Final Fantasy X they had like a what's it called? Like they had like a thing where your MP bar always had like 1/10 of your MP missing constantly, just because she was casting gravity on her boobs all the time.
Yeah, no, that's so the fact that she almost always had a full MP bar makes me think she wasn't doing it.
I think that what was really happening is that she actually had more MP and she was actually really, really powerful, like way more powerful than what was implied in the game. But she was never able to reach her full potential because she was constantly using that extra magic that would have made her more powerful to make sure that her wonderful bazongas were constantly, looking quite nice. That's what I think. That's my my lore shtick, and I'm sticking to it. That's my belief. Are you just gonna leave me in dead silence now?
Yeah.
Are you disappointed?
I am a little disappointed. Like, you just can't leave it the fact that she's a vivacious 24-year-old with, to be perfectly honest, not very unrealistic chesticles.
Well, I mean, as a man who loves his fantasy, okay? Like, I love the idea. Like, I mean, I'm playing Skyrim with tons of like sexy magic and sexy mods, and I like to believe that if these people have the capability to do so, they will cast sexy magic upon themselves in order to enhance their capabilities, if I'm putting that correctly.
Yes, so. But you got to realize, like, in the world of Skyrim, like, outside of the war that wasn't really a war.
Until you play with the war mod.
Yeah, until you play with the war mod. Until the war, like, they didn't really know conflict. So the people who could cast magic didn't really have a use for all that magic that they had. So they're just like, yeah, let's just sexy it all up. But in Final Fantasy X, like, every once in a while, just like, you know, you're just sitting around and you live in this civilization where every once in a while this thing pops up out of the ocean to wreck your shit.
Yeah. You know,
everybody lives in fucking coastal cities.
That's right. The whole world is covered in water.
No, there's like large land masses.
Yeah.
But every city's on the mother coast, and there is this entity that keeps coming up every once in a while. It's like, I'm just gonna shit.
You know, if you think about it, the true evil of Final Fantasy X is that sin is the reason why that game doesn't have better boobies. It's Sin's fault that we don't have better boobies. That's why they went on a mission to eradicate sin, was to bring back the boobies. Clearly.
They have, I mean, Lulu's plenty, there's plenty good. It's just, they don't have the free time to be like, I'm just gonna, you know, magically enhance myself for no real reason. They're like,
well, but Lulu's like the most powerful magic caster in the game, so of course she looks amazing. Don't you know the lore behind magic? Like, magic is stored in the boobies. Everybody knows that. That's where all the bigger the boobies, the more magical power you have. Everybody knows that. It's true. It's truth. It's canon to everything.
No, like, it's not the boobies, it's the nipples.
Yeah. Well, no, that's where you extract the magic. The magic is stored in the boobies. Come on.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one. Because you have male magic users.
Well, for men, it's stored in
it's stored in the nipples.
No, everybody listen, okay.
Men and women
there are downstairs boobies for men.
Men and women cast the same spells using the same methods. If you're drawing magic from one gland for one gender and another gland for another gender, the spells would be different, or the mechanisms for casting them would be different. They're the same.
I don't know.
It's the nipples. It's just that's how magic works.
I don't know. I think that the men that are casting really powerful magic spells are hanging extra low, if you understand what I'm trying to get at with that.
No. You're trying to say the magic's stored in the balls, which
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate it.
We spent an hour talking about Lulu's chesticles, and all of a sudden you're gonna get coy about balls.
Listen, okay, like, this is apparently a very important discussion that we have to talk about. We've been at it for an hour. There's a reason why we've been at it for an hour, and we need to clarify this. We need to understand the true motivation behind the design of Final Fantasy X.
We're now having a debate about the fundamentals of magic
through the boobies and other places.
No, well, dude. If the magic comes from the boobies and from the testicles, the drawing motions between genders would be incredibly different. And the spells would be fundamentally different because of that.
No, I don't think so, because if you're casting, like, when you're casting a spell and it does a specific thing, it would be really weird and strange if the spell was suddenly all, like, crazy, wildly different just because it comes from one gland versus another.
Would it?
I don't think so. I think they would be the same spell. You're just casting them from different glands.
No, look at the spell animations. like different levels of the spells have different have different casting animations.
Well, I mean, different casting animations doesn't mean that it's a different spell.
But the method for which you are drawing the magic out of your body to bring forth the spell would make the spells fundamentally different.
I think what we need
like girls they would look normal. They would just be like reaching through their chest out and then pushing out, whereas guys would be like going through down their root, pulling up and then throwing out. But everybody has kind of a core push animation when they're casting spells in Final Fantasy.
I think most people that are casting magic are casting it from their abdomen, but I think that the route in which the magic is traveling through their body is coming from different glands.
No, you've got to pull it through the root. You got to pull it straight from the root. Otherwise, it's ain't going to take too long. It's going to weaken it. You've got to be able.
I've got to explain this shit. It's magic, man.
You've got to be able. You got to be able to shove from the root.
I don't know.
That's what the mechanism for casting these spells are. Different animations, different travel paths cause different spells. That's how magic works. That's why you have different cast animations for everything.
You know what?
That's how magic fundamentally works.
I think I just got to say, ladies, chime in the comments below. And please explain to this man how magic is cast and stored through the boobies. Like, please explain this. And you know what? Guys, go ahead and chime in down below as well and tell them how the magic is stored in the balls. Because this is something that needs to be clarified. I genuinely think that you know.
Okay, so dudes, what Mr. Habanero just asked for is he wants you to email. He wants you to DM him.
No, I didn't say. I said comment down below.
Oh, okay. Comment down below, but send him videos.
No, don't email me.
Of you extracting magic to prove to him that your magic comes from your balls.
So
he wants to see the purity of your essence.
I have another argument for you here, okay? You know the classic saying on the internet is that, you know, when you become a 30 or 40-year-old virgin man, you become a wizard. The reason why is because if you're not draining your balls, you're storing all the magic in your balls, and thus you become a wizard. Ha! Checkmate!
Yeah, but that's some bullshit Tumblr crap.
No, this is canon magic lore. I've decided this is canon magic lore in our real world, right? So I've got proof here that magic is stored in the boobies for ladies and magic is stored in the balls for men. Clearly. Which
belief system that allows for magic states in their dogmatic writing?
If anybody who watches
the location of your magical center is a sex organ for men and a secretion gland for women.
Listen, boobies are a sex organ, aren't they?
Boobies are not a sex organ.
I feel like they are.
No, they're an excretion gland.
God damn it! You know what? I hope that someday at some point
biology 101 the sex organs for each sex are like two or three divergent things that are kind of similar but not really.
Is that what this podcast is turning into, a sex ed class for me? Is that what we're doing here?
Apparently, because you need to get good scrub.
Ow, hurtful. So
and all your sex organs occur below the waist.
Well, You know what? I think that overall this is going to have to be an agree to disagree because I'm pretty positive that magic is stored in the boobies and the
Yeah, this
balls.
is gonna be one of those cases where all your listeners are telling you that you don't know shit.
Wow. Wow. You know what? I hope that everybody rallies in the comments below and just proves you wrong.
I guess.
I'm pretty
I mean,
sure that
no one used the comments last time. They all very respectfully like pulled you aside in private and be like, "Yeah, no, dude, you're wrong."
yeah. Well, my boy Cinder Shadow made sure to come in into the comments and let me know that I was wrong. So, you know,
Okay,
Cinder Shadow, if you're listening to this, please come in and let me know if magic is stored in the boobies. Only you can do it, Cinder Shadow. You are the one, the chosen one. You were the
he's
chosen
Canadian.
one.
What does he know about magic? He's Canadian. They can't even vote properly.
Ooh. I'm not even going to touch that one. Uh,
What? He knows. He'll agree with me.
oh man, I hope that someday somebody who has a connection to Square Enix or somebody who works for Square Enix will listen to this episode of The Imaginary Boys and be able to tell me that either I'm wrong or I'm right, or at the very least, make everything that we've talked about it canon lore to Final Fantasy. That's my dream. That is
So you're wanting, so you're wanting Tetsuya Nomura to email you, telling you your thirst is real.
yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
Okay.
Yeah, well, you mean to tell me that you haven't deeply wished that some game designer would contact you and be like, you know what? Everything you said about my video game involving like sexual encounters is 100% and totally accurate. And we're
Will
actually
Wright.
going to make sure that it's in the next game. And we're going to make sure to send you a copy for free as well.
I wanted Will Wright to recognize that my dick creature in Spore was superior.
Oh God, we need to wrap this up. We need to wrap it up. This episode needs to end.
That's what Will Wright said.
Yeah, all boys and girls, wrap it up, please. Please. Please take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Wrap it up. Which is what this episode needs to do. It needs to take care of its loved ones and wrap it up. All right. Is there anything else you want to discuss within like the next 10 minutes or less?
Nintendo is releasing a direct.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that was something we were going to talk about, huh?
Yeah, we just you're just like, hey, so I guess maybe next week I'll watch it and then make fun of everybody on the internet for when they're so disappointed for when the obvious thing happens and they spend most of their 40-minute direct running whatever left spoilers are left for Metroid Dread. Because according to everybody on the internet, Nintendo is just hell-bent on spoiling the fuck out of that game.
Out of Dread?
Yeah, out of Dread. They don't want you to have to buy it in order to experience it, apparently. Which,
like the idea is they're giving it away for free?
No. The idea is that they're showing you like all the important like story parts,
right,
in trailers.
Oh,
like
God,
giving
I
out
hate that.
Like giving out like big boss reveals.
Yeah, so in other words, like you get to watch the game because of what they're trying to show you to encourage you to buy it.
Like all the good parts.
Yeah,
all the good parts that a Metroid fan would want to experience.
Yeah,
they're giving them away for free in the trailers.
That's a problem with like movies. I hate it when movies do that. Like it's just like, well, I've watched the trailer and you gave away all the best parts. Now I don't have to go see the movie. So I guess they're doing that for games now.
I mean, I guess they want Metroid to not sell, so they don't have to continue making Metroid 4.
Ooh, ouch. Damn, Nintendo. Take that.
So next week, I will give you all my hot takes on that Nintendo Direct. So to be continued for some very hot and spicy Nintendo slander.
To be continued about Lulu's boobies.
No. No. I mean, I guess it's okay. We were talking about Lulu's boobies and not Riku's butt.
Oh yeah, she does have a cute butt. I forgot. Man, we should have talked about Riku's cute butt.
No, dude, she's canonically 17.
Oh. Is it weird that I thought I remembered that she was younger than that in the first game? Wasn't she like 14 in the first game?
She was 15.
Yeah, that's still not okay.
Game one occurred 2 years after game two. Game two occurred after 2 years after game one. She went from 15 to 17. Yeah, no, she was a wee little kid, and the game spent way too much time on her midriff.
This is further proof that they need to make a 10-3.
So we can get 40-year-old Riku and stop feeling.
Why does it have to be equal to our timeline? Why can't it just be like, 4 years after 10-2?
Because
do you need to be so immersed that it's equal to your timeline? Oh no, I get it. You want Grandma Lulu and the gravity magic. It makes perfect sense. Now I understand.
Well, no, now if they were gonna make 10-3, where the story happened 4 or 5 years after the occurrence of X2, that game would have been made already.
There's still time.
Well,
there's always time,
dude. That game's 20 years old.
Yeah, and so was Kingdom Hearts 2 right before they did Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, no, I get it. That was 15. That was 15, but there's a very real story they were continuing.
Yeah, okay. Well, I want to know the continuation story of Lulu's boobies and Riku's butt. So clearly there's a story to continue here into 10-3.
I mean,
No.
That's
you had to think about it. You had to think about it. You took a moment to give me a couple of sighs because you had to think about it, which means it is an option and you are recognizing it.
No, it's not. I was just trying to figure out what was a polite way of telling you, bro, you need to get laid.
That's hurtful.
I mean, come on, dude. You're wanting 2 years so that you could safely feel comfortable lusting over a 17-year-old.
If you want me to be 100% honest and breaking out of the fun of this game right now, the fun of this podcast, if they made a 10-3, I could give less than a shit. I'll be straight up with you. I could literally give less than a shit.
I 10-3. I'm why don't just call it what? Why? There was no real reason for the 10-2 fan service, and it was so messed up. You had to insert a new scene girl to complete the trio instead of actually using Lulu.
Yeah, I don't get that. I legitimately don't get that. They should have just used Lulu. They should have.
Well, Lulu had at that point at X2, she had already had her baby, so she had to stay at home with the baby.
All right, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I was just having. I mean, I'll be straight up. If you're gonna get real on me, I was just having fun. But if you're gonna get real on me, then I don't actually care. But. Why would I care? I have Skyrim with all my booby mods. Why would I actually care?
Because you don't have Riku's mature boobies.
That is a love long past, my friend. In fact, like I said, I completely forgot about it through this whole thing.
Yeah, no, I'm the one who brought it up for some strange reason.
Yeah, you're the problem. You're the Riku problem.
No, I was the Lulu problem. How did I bring up? What did? Oh, yeah. Now I know why. Because the Gull Wings are actually in Final Fantasy are in Kingdom Hearts 2.
The Gull Wings?
The trio in X2.
Is that how we got on this topic? Was we were talking about the kid characters from Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yeah, like they didn't use Lulu, they used Selphie from Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh god, I think we're crazy people, dude. I think we're crazy people.
Yeah, 12-year-old Lulu would have been awkward.
It's true. It's true. It's going to be so fun editing this episode tonight. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, I can't wait to get all the feedback from my listeners. all one of you. Love you, dear.
Oh man.
At least in this episode, I did confess some like really weird admiration for some random character that she's supposed to fulfill.
I feel like that we've been holding that in for years. That's what I feel like that this is like, this discussion is like our repressed, like, like our repressed, like decade-old fantasies here, like 2-decade-old fantasies. This is something we've been wanting to get out our entire lives, and we did it right here on the Imaginary Boys. Oh man,
I'm pretty sure I moved on
until it was brought back, and it very clearly needed to be brought back because we spent an hour and 20 minutes discussing it.
I can't fault your logic there.
Oh, well, I mean, I can, but then again, it's my logic, so.
Yeah.
All right, so Lulu's boobies and Nintendo Direct. So, anything else? Anything else?
No, looking forward to the discussion next week to not involve, female body parts.
God, you're such a prude.
I know, right?
Which I never would have expected from you. I mean,
you're the spicy one.
That's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. That's right. When was the last time you ate a spicy lettuce? All right. Well, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do the proper wrap up. I'm going to say all of the last things, which is, guys, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I demand it this time. If there was ever an episode where I would demand that people need to go into the comments below and discuss something, this is that episode. This is probably probably one of the most important episodes that we have ever done on the Imaginary Boys, and it requires discussion. So please, like the podcast and go into the comments below and please discuss, because this is very important business. And if you're not already subscribed, and this particular episode hasn't already convinced you to subscribe based on the amazing material that we have been talking about in this episode, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you can keep up with us and all of our wild antics. I have some wonderful donation links down below. Check in the description below for everything.
Because RIP, your chances at monetization ever.
I honestly, a lot of my favorite channels that I watch on YouTube are monetized, and they talk about way worse things than we do. So I kind of am just, I don't care. So the point is my enjoyment, your enjoyment, and the enjoyment of the fans who listen to us. So I'm not monetized now. It's going to be a while before I'm monetized, so might as well have a fun time heading that way. You know what I mean? So whatever. Please check in the description below for all of our wonderful links. I have a PayPal. I have a Streamlabs. If you want to donate, it's greatly appreciated. Really helps out the channel, especially because, like Lettuce said, monetization is a little tough. And thank you to the Patreon members, who I greatly appreciate, who are wonderful to the channel and the podcast and everything that we do here, which include Bo, Falcon, Fajouk Enterprises, James P, Miss Rebecca, as well as Scorpageist. And also, I'd like to give a special shout out to Scorpageist because, buddy, I have received your mail. That's right. You're hearing it right here, right now on the podcast. I have received your mail.
You got mail.
I did. I will not open it until I have the chance to open it on stream live. Hopefully you'll be there. So the next time I do a stream, I will be opening up that package for you, buddy. So thank you so much for sending me whatever it is that you sent me in the mail. Anyways, I think I've said, all the wonderful things, which is the last thing, which is, guys, go out there, go replay Final Fantasy X. Tell me if Lulu's boobies are as good as we all seem to remember them being. And follow your dreams, okay, guys? Other than that, we have been the Imaginary Boys. Goodbye, everyone.